Very lucky to be here in the head office of TubeMogul. Lovely to meet you.
Likewise.
So, this company was started in San Francisco. What is it about the area that attracted the company when it set up?
Yeah, so the company was founded out of UC Berkeley, which is just a few miles from here. And the two co-founders were at the MBA school at Berkeley. And so they had many entrepreneurial ideas as they went through their MBA program. And in their second year, this was the one that they built. It caught on, and really the rest is history. It started with video distribution, then into video analytics, and eventually video advertising. And here we are 8 years later as a public company.
Berkeley and Stanford seem to be a hub for kind of tech entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
And is that part of the reason that there's this Silicon Valley built up around this area, would you say?
Oh, absolutely. The ecosystem of Silicon Valley is really consisting of many things, but the educational centers at Berkeley and Stanford that continually produce both entrepreneurs that are sort of business building oriented, as well as all the engineers that help them build those businesses, is really a key component of why this ecosystem is so vibrant.
What are your thoughts on Silicon Beach, which is emerging down the road to LA? Say down the road, I know it's a bit of a distance.
Yeah, I mean, there's some fascinating companies down there, and when you think about the sort of the growth of digital entertainment and content, and what that means for the intersection of Hollywood and digital and technology, it's sort of intuitive that that's there, and some big companies like Snapchat have established their centers of headquarters there. So I think it's going to continue to grow.
What's about with regards to programmatic in the area? Is it a good scene?
It's very healthy. I mean, the programmatic sort of ecosystem is split between the Bay Area and New York, and increasingly in London too. So,
what would you say is the difference between the scene over here compared to that in New York or London?
I don't know if there's much difference in terms of we're all trying to do this relatively the same thing, build software for either advertisers or publishers. And if you look at AppNexus in New York or TubeMogul and Rubicon in the Bay Area, the great set of engineers, business models that are well thought out and that serve either the buy side or the sell side. So I don't think there's much difference between whether we're based here or in New York.
What about local up-and-comers? Are there any people to keep your eye out for around here?
There's always new up-and-comers, and we generally don't talk about people that we competing with or have our eye on, regardless. But it's still a very healthy ecosystem. There's still new companies being founded in the space every month.
What about in other media departments in the area?
What do you mean by that?
Like other up-and-coming companies, but perhaps not directly competing. Are there any that you've got your eye on?
Feet to the fire? None in particular. I mean, I think there's fascinating things actually happening in virtual reality. So there's many companies there that are funded to the tune of 5, 10, 15 million in their first round. So significant funding, significant bets being placed in virtual reality. And I think some of them are going to be big winners in content, entertainment, and other things.
And what do you think is the future for the local media scene?
Yeah, I mean, it feels pretty healthy right now. We're obviously, in the fifth or sixth.
Virtual reality will be the way it goes.
It's certainly a new platform for consumption. People who have tried it are absolutely blown away in the way it transforms your ability to have an immersive experience with content. And so if we think of things from the television to the desktop to the mobile phone, virtual reality does feel like that next platform for content consumption.
Brilliant. Thank you for chatting to me, and have a lovely day. Thanks.